So I just find it very interesting. Um, we'll move on. The Rubber Duck Supplement, AI 52-AE. Background. Discovered in the home of Agent Redacted after his young daughter complained of being followed by her rubber duck. According to Agent Redacted, the matter was ignored, believed to be the result of a child's imagination, until he began to hear the quacking at night. After discovering the item hiding in his daughter's closet, he brought it to the Bureau for study. Update. It was discovered that Agent Redacted was bringing home known paranatural materials into his home, illegally taking them outside the oldest house. How this may have affected the creation of an altered item is being investigated. Agent Redacted has been terminated. So I think um, altered items and altered materials are only created in the event of an AWE, which is like a lot of paranatural energy in one place. And because the Bureau, the oldest house, is an ongoing AWE, with the fact that the building shifts and seems to have like almost like a mind of its own, uh, a lot of the materials in the Bureau are affected and become altered materials, which I think some have theorized in the fanon that uh, altered materials are used to create altered items, which I think is very interesting. Here's another one that you can find in the Panopticon, which is a personal favorite. The Swan Boat, AI-19-KE. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. Description: altered effect. Item is made of fiberglass, painted to resemble a swan. Foot pedals allow the item to propel forward in water. The item emits a pulse of physical force at an estimated force of redacted. Possible connection to OOP5. Measuring the exact force created by the item has been hindered by concerns from the Human Resources Department. The item was seized from an activity rental service called Redacted, located on Lake Redacted on Vancouver Island, Canada, after it ejected numerous riders over the course of a summer, bringing the boat to the attention of the media. The item was transported to the Bureau by helicopter. A containment specialist accompanied it, sent to recite formulas C.9 through 32 recursively. What occurred in the helicopter is not known, but all agents were lost in the crash. The item was recovered and then transported by train. It arrived at the Bureau without further incident. Let's see. Tractor procedures. Burrow tractor, AI 82-KE. Containment procedure. Item is not in Bureau custody. None known. Description: altered effect. A Frank Elk tractor, olive green, dried blood on the grill when last seen. Item is capable of vocalized responses, or growls, and unmanned locomotion. It's considered highly aggressive and dangerous. Background. The item first came to the Bureau's attention after the death of William Burrow, owner of the Burrow Farm outside of Trenton, Texas. Local authorities arrived on the scene after an employee found the mutilated body of Mr. Burrow beneath his tractor. Police arrived but were immediately driven away by the tractor. Panic calls to federal authorities were intercepted by Bureau communications staff. A team was dispatched. Upon arrival, the agents approached the item. It responded by growling like a bear. 3 agents were injured when they tried to detain the item, which escaped. Aerial searches for the item are ongoing. Speaking to Mrs. Burrow only revealed that she had a domestic altercation with Mr. Burrow earlier the night of the incident. Whether these events are connected is currently unknown. And we'll read its supplement. Burrow Tractor AI 82-KE Supplementary Materials. Note: miscommunication led to a local coroner examining the body of William Burrow. I assume they mean as opposed to a agent. Burrow William, male, Caucasian. Case summary: 33-year-old man found dead on his property, per police report. Remains obtained for coroner's office also include blood, urine, bile, stomach contents, and bone fragments. Isn't this relaxing? Autopsy findings: blunt force injuries to the head. A. Lacerations left ear, cheek. Blunt force injuries to the extremities. A. Dislocation of the right knee. B. Complete avulsion of the right upper extremity with associated fracture of the proximal right humerus. Extensive trauma, abdominal region. A. Complete avulsion of multiple organs, including the stomach, heart, liver, pancreas, kidney, and portion of the large and small intestine, all missing from the scene. Conclusion. It is my opinion that Mr. Burroughs' death is not the result of a mechanical accident, as claimed by authorities. The removal of organs is consistent with an animal attack. So, this is another one that's in the DLC, and we never get to see the tractor, obviously, because it's apparently... Where is it? Outside of Trenton, Texas. But it just appears to be a tractor that is like a wild animal that wants to hurt you so badly, which is fine because I don't really trust tractors in general. I mean, I do, that was a lie, but yeah, so if anyone watching is from outside Trenton, Texas, see if you can find it. You might as well. It's fine. Oh, this is an interesting one. Typewritten page AI 83-KE. This is actually a hidden altered item, and it can be found by floating into a hidden area in the Panopticon. And it, I'll just read. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. Description, altered effect. A standard letter-sized typewritten page with minor water damage. The page is full of text, but apart from the top 7 lines, all the rest has been violently scratched out. Only a few individual words and phrases can be made out. The page emits a dim glow in the dark. When the text is read, there is a feeling of dislocation, as if witnessing the page being written as you read it, and as if reality around you was being redacted to match the words on the page. The feeling is made stronger if the text is redacted. Forensic and linguistic analysis confirm that the text has been written by Alan Wake with the same typewriter as the earlier materials discovered in Bright Falls in 2010. See Bright Falls AWE case file for information. So Control is a game made by Remedy, and Alan Wake is also made by Remedy. And there's if you know where to find it, there's a lot of Alan Wake stuff in this game. I've never played Alan Wake, but I am a Control stan, so we'll see how it goes. Oh, the supplement to the typewritten page. AI83-KE. Background. The page was discovered in an instance of the Ocean View Motel and Casino that was linked to the investigation sector. The page had been pushed into the motel's corridor from under the door with the symbol of a spiral. Redacted. Appendix. Text transcribed from the items. This is what it says. For 10 years I've tried to write my escape, only sinking deeper. I used to know where fiction ends and reality begins. Here, they are all the same. It's a hideous trap, my every thought made real. Fear, desire. How can I ever know for sure I've escaped and not just lost in my own fantasy of it? That thought alone can drive you mad. The identifiable words in the scratched out portion. Falls. Bright Falls? Haunting. Wake. Alan Wake. Light switch. Ocean. Too late. And the final sentence. You've been warned. So Alan Wake, from what I can tell, he had utilitarian powers, I guess. The art that he would write could become reality. Or, I mean, again, I haven't played it, but I think some files say that if he, like, writes a cop, the cop will be alive in another universe, and he can, dictate their actions as long as they're within reason. Very interesting stuff. So if you want to look into Alan Wake, that is your own homework for the evening. Water cooler procedures. Simulacrum. AI53-KE. This is actually simulacrum, okay. Containment procedure. No unique procedures required. If the item's form is different than any previously reported, then make a note describing the new form. Description, altered effect. The object's true shape and appearance are unknown. It has been known to take the form of the following objects: ring of keys, lunchbox, wrench, microscope, stapler, glasses, mail tube, spoon. The item is able to adopt the physical forms of items in its immediate vicinity. The item is capable of limited physical movement, repositioning itself whenever it changes form. This only occurs when it is unobserved, physically and digitally. Because of this, the transition between shapes has never been observed. Reciting formula I.14 or I.32 causes the item to reveal itself by shuddering. The item was initially discovered within the bureau itself, whether an agent brought it inside, intentionally or otherwise, or it resided here prior to the bureau's arrival to the oldest house is unknown. So, I've been going for a while, like an hour and 10 minutes, and it is past midnight now, and I was not planning on doing this long. But that's all the altered items, and objects of power that I have so far. Obviously, we have altered world events, which I would go through them, but it is so late. And there's still lots to go through. Lots of files to just pour and ramble over. So I may do that. But a different day for sure. Yeah, I guess it just depends if, if you guys care for this kind of content, because I certainly do. I'm going to show you something before I leave, and that's how a big aspect of what makes this game so great is just like the world design. So I want to show you, there's a file you can find on postcards or post-it notes that keep duplicating themselves, and you find it in this room of postcards duplicating themselves. Oh, an interesting little detail is that these portraits of Jessie, they start popping up all over the bureau as soon as she becomes director, even in areas that aren't accessible, like old thresholds which have been cut off. A threshold being a dimension that's not our own coming in and colliding with ours, becoming a part of the oldest house. It's a whole thing. There's also lots of little posters like warning people to not take office equipment outside the building. Is it a stapler or an altered item? There's also signs that say, like, remember, let's see. Do as you're told. Don't eat mold. No. There is a current threshold open, which again is a dimension that's opened up in the bureau that has an item that can only be described as mold. It's very similar to mold in our world, but it's different. They build structures. Anyway. It propagates by smelling absolutely delicious. And so if you smell it, you want to consume it. It's not dangerous any other way, but if you consume it, it takes root in the chest cavity and grows from there until you are dead. So, food for thought, I guess. Here's another poster I really love. Delays caused by house shifts do not count towards overtime. Oh, there's an acoustic guitar for sale. So if anybody wants an acoustic guitar, let me know. But yeah, this is just a great game with lots of lore, great design, and it's just so good. If you're interested in like anything occult or supernatural or anything like that, definitely check it out. It's kind of marketed as a horror game, but it's not really. I mean, it's got horror elements, of course, but some places are scarier than others, I guess. So yeah, I really love this game. I'm probably gonna keep playing it, even though I've already beaten it and 100%ed it like a while ago. I'm just replaying it for the first time and thought this might be a good idea for a video. My friend Helen and her chat has been very they like it, so I wanna make a little video and just share my interest. So yeah, I might be back and maybe I'll read research and records. Like I said, there's quite a few here. These are about the altered world events, which is very fun. Oh yeah, Blessed Organization. This was in the DLC after the game came out. But let me see if I can find the one. there's lots of things about synchronicity here too. Like, it's so cool. Like, if I could have a job that's just metaphysics, just being like, what about the astral plane? I highly doubt that I would get the job, but again, very interested, very, very cool. Here's a file of the Americans Overnight Program. Fine, I'll read it. This one. One more. You get one more. Results overview. The America Overnight Program. Summary. The America Overnight Program has operated successfully for over redacted years. Originally designed to assist in providing disinformation to the naturally skeptical population of America, it has additionally led to the discovery of numerous AWEs and altered materials by allowing civilians to call in and report their experiences with the paranatural. In fact, America Overnight alerted the Bureau of Redacted and Redacted in its first year of operation alone. In this report, the investigation sector have cataloged and categorized each episode of America Overnight that has resulted in a successful Bureau investigation in order to help AWE occurrence analysis. The more redacted results of Night Springs have also been cataloged in a separate report. Refer to redacted for full report. Night Springs is something that Alan Wake wrote, I think, and when it went out of commission with everything, the Bureau took it up because it's, again, they just want to be able to influence public perception. Maybe it's under correspondence. There's also lots of correspondence, and I could go in and give you lots of context for this. Let's see if I can. Oh, the book club is very interesting. They all read a book, and they're getting ready to talk about it, but the book is very different based on who's reading it. Oh, here it is. Sticky note complaint. That's what I was looking for. To whom it may concern, in case you are not aware, something caused a sticky note in my office to duplicate. My office is unusable now. I will be working from home until this is resolved. You can reach me on my cell or my home phone. Sincerely, J. Bozer, Vice Chief of Staff. Well, considering the building is currently under a lockdown because of the invading alien force, and by alien it's resonance based, so it's like a sound. Considering that he's at home right now, he is very, very lucky. But anyway, I think that's going to be it for me for tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I had to do 2 different recordings, so hopefully I can smash them together in editing. I'll get it uploading and then I'll go to bed. It's now 12:30. Oh god, anyway. Thank you so much if you're actually here and listening. That's either very nice or very insulting, because this is supposed to be relaxing and you are supposed to be asleep. Did you know that? Did you know you're allowed to sleep and rest and have fun and you deserve nice things? Are you aware of that? I'm not sure you are. Anyway. Oh, also, I said I would consider making an ASMR channel, and I will say, I am considering making an ASMR channel called Sleepy Cemetery, and I think that could be really cute, but, we'll see, because if I start making ASMR videos more regularly, I might just have to do that, so, anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and if you want to hear more or see more, or if you're like a super Control fan like I am, and you want to hear my theories, let me know, because I'm telling you, I told Helen, if you're listening, hi, how are you, I love you, that I could talk about this game for probably 6 days straight, and considering that I meant to do a short video, and I've now been going for about an hour and 20 minutes or so. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you have a great night, or a great afternoon, and I hope you're relaxed, and if you want to, you can go to sleep. That would be okay. That's allowed. I am authorizing the use of sleep at this time. So anyway, have a good night. Be safe.